Let's talk about losing our independence as we age, because it's something that a lot of people fear as we grow older. We fear becoming incapacitated. We fear other people having to care for us. We worry whether or not there will be anybody to care for us. So let's tackle this head on, right? First of all, declining mobility as we age, losing muscular strength, losing muscular mass. None of these are inevitable, at least not in the way that we currently think they are. All of them can at least be slowed down. And if we start soon enough, many of those things can be reversed before they become too much of a problem. They've done studies with people in their 90s, men and women, where they start them on basic weightlifting, strength loading training at a level that they can handle, whatever that level is. Coming back from sedentary lives and just giving them the effort that challenges their muscles enough to promote some growth. And wouldn't you know it, all of these people develop enough strength to become more functional and more independent in their own lives. So just imagine how much better off those people would have been if somebody had encouraged them and supported them to start even earlier. Imagine if they had been doing weight training all the way through their 60s, their 70s, and their 80s before they got to the age of 90, where it was now a rescue mission. So there's a dual message here. It's never too late, at least not just by chronological age, but it's also always a good idea to start as soon as you can. If you're at a point in your life right now where you're able to walk around on your own, even with a limp like me, you want to hold on to that capability, because here's the flip side. And you know, I don't usually love to motivate by scare stories or fear, but I have them. The last 15 months of my father's life, he was living with me, sitting in an easy chair all the time and just watching television. Because prior to that, as he was living on his own and losing his mobility, we would visit him and we'd say, "Pop, you got to do more than this. You know, you're too sedentary. You need to be up. You need to get moving. You need to work on your mobility. You need to keep your legs strong." And he'd say, "I'll do it later." Or he'd say, "I go golfing 2 times a week. That's enough." It wasn't. It just wasn't. 2 years ago, I visited my mom, and I noticed that as she was walking around, she was slightly bent at the hips a little bit, like she was stiff. And I said, "Mom, this is weird because I know you have had a gym habit in the past." They had relocated, they were in a new place, and they hadn't resumed a gym membership. And I said, "Mom, this is a perfect time to get that done." And she started giving me all the reasons why it wasn't important for her to get started right away. "Well, you know, we're busy with other projects, and well, it's just so nice living here, and we really love being out in the sunshine. And, you know, we walk around and that should be fine." She's like, "Mom, seriously, all of those things sound great, do them. But you know you felt better when you were in the gym regularly. It obviously seemed to do you some psychological good, but at this point, I think it's gonna do you some physical good as well." And she was just like, "Oh, but honey, you don't understand what it's like to get older, and you don't really know what you're talking about, and I'll get around to it." Well, she never did. And a year later, she fell and fractured a hip. And the odds of an 80-year-old lady surviving her first year after a major hip fracture are not good. And so far, Mom's beaten the odds, but she ain't doing well. Like I say, I don't love motivating by fear. But if those scare stories are enough to get you started, I'll use them. What I also want to offer you is whatever level of independence you have now, whatever level you have of being able to function on your own, don't take it for granted, and don't let fear be the only thing that motivates you. Let hope be the thing that motivates you too. Because as we age, with the right kinds of activity, there's so much of our current abilities that we can preserve for much longer than we think we can. The generation that's aging ahead of us was often taught that their elder years were the time to indulge, the time to play, the time to put down their burdens. And listen, that's okay from the standpoint of, hey, you don't have to work for somebody else's benefit for your entire life. Great, you've earned the right to now do what you want, but make part of what you want your own future. Make part of your goals that you're working toward your own well-being, because that was the mental transformation that I was able to make 10 or 12 years ago. I was able to say to myself, look, I don't want to have to do this because somebody else says it's good for me, but what if I found out that it's good for myself for my own reasons? What if I don't want to be a person who ages poorly? What if I want something better for myself? And what if it's not all hard work and drudgery because I pick things that I legitimately find pleasure in and just keep doing more of that? And then maybe along the way, learn my way into enjoying everything more than I thought I was going to. I don't know if that's an attitude that I can just inject into your brain by yakking at you, but I sure wish I can. If you've made it this far in the video, first of all, thank you. Second of all, if this video or any of my others have entertained you, made you smile, taught you something, given you some support on your own journey for mental or physical health and fitness, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if that's too much of a commitment right now, please at least give it a thumbs up. Thanks for your time, thanks for your support, thanks for your attention. Go kick some butt, including your own, in a good way. Love ya.